So China has the ability to crush the US bond market, sending US regional banks bankrupt. Remember March 2023 when Silicon Valley went bust, First Republic went bust, and numerous other regional banks went bust on the back of rising yields and falling bond prices. Remember, these banks had invested heavily in bonds during the COVID period. What happened? All the customers or their clients got paid out a lot of money by the US for sitting at home doing nothing. They parked that money or banked that money in the bank. Then the bank would park that money in US bonds, which was good as gold, and the price was high and yields were low. Now along came inflation pushed yields up and bond prices down. So the net asset value of the banks actually dropped. As a result of that, many banks went bust. And this is what was going to happen when China, if China or has China sold its holdings in US bonds, it's potentially could crash or will crash the US bond market, sending US regional banks bust. And that's only China. We're not talking about Japan, and we're not talking about the Arab countries, Saudi Arabia, and we're not talking about Europe. We're not talking about these countries that are holding huge amounts of bonds. If they were all to sell the bonds at the same time, then the bond market would fall, crash, I should say, and then US regional banks would crash, and the US Treasury would have to print trillions to save the banks. This would be a bigger crash than the 2008 crisis that we saw, which was tiny compared to what this would be if that was to happen or when it is to happen. So US regional banks will go bust, in my opinion. Obviously, social media, I have to say that. But as far as bond yields are concerned, they're going to continue staying high near term. Trump has got a major headache because if he doesn't come to an arrangement or an agreement soon with the trading partners, then you'll see the bond market get further under crisis and US regional banks will go bust. We're running a webinar on Sunday, the 4th of May, discuss Trump versus China, Trump versus Wall Street. If you want to join it, then DM webinar and we'll send you a link. Catch you later.